Okay guys, so today we're going to do a little scrap processing. This is mostly stuff that we've just had, that I've just accumulated over time. Hold on, I should have done this beforehand, but turn this overhead light on. Oh, more better light. Alright. Better. Alright, so, like I said, this is all this stuff in this box specifically, except for the flashlight. As far as I know, is stuff that we've just accumulated over time. I usually always keep a little box to put e-waste in and stuff. And other little bits of scrap, as you can see. That normally when we have a bigger pile of metal or something, I'll put this out, because the town does come around and collect scrap metal, e-waste, and some hazardous waste at the curb. So there's that. That's the box of stuff I've been saving. This right here is wire that I did, a couple of cords I just cut this week. My first, I guess, trash picking, you can call it. Although, this was more of something I just did as I was already out. Because normally, a lot of these cords and stuff are already cut by other scrappers by then, so. I'm trying to remember, if I remember, it was 2 coffee makers, a vacuum, and a paper shredder. This is what I cut with this nice vacuum cord being the first cord I've ever cut. And then these were just stuff that was just blown around that I picked up. Here, I'm in New York State, so these are worth money. So, water bottles, certain beers are worth money, so that's 15 cents just sitting right there. Then, minus all the other crap, this basement's a disaster. This entire bag. And then there's this pile back here that's of bottles from the house that at some point need to be returned. And as you can see, there's a large pile of stuff that needs to be donated. The donation truck is scheduled to come next Tuesday, I think. Then this is just stuff from my great uncle's estate. So, I guess we're kind of going to get started. The problem is I only have this mini tripod, this little 3-incher that's broken, that I got a while back. And this is my brother's workstation, so all the tools and stuff are his, except for this screwdriver thing that I got for myself. So really, there's not anywhere really, there's not a good spot to put this as I sit here and do this. I'm just doing this with my camera, so I guess kind of will stick you over here, maybe. Maybe see what I'm doing. Anyway, hold on, throw this wire over there. So we're gonna start with throwing things around. We're gonna start with this little keyboard-looking thing. I did look this up. It's not worth anything. They're selling, like, new is like $10, even used kind of around like $10. So, and they're not really selling that well, and I can't. And this is something I got from my neighbor. So when she was moving, you can't see this because it's over there, but that's the laundry. She was moving, and I just took that because there was a table of a whole bunch of stuff that, you know, she said take whatever you want, otherwise I'm just gonna throw it out. But this is the little USB looking thing. I don't know, it's got a crystal on it, 2 IC chips, and this. So I guess this, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do with this stuff, because like I said, I've never really started scrapping before. A little piece of wire as I throw other things around. So I don't know, kind of just gonna be throwing this all into one big bundle. And actually, I forgot to mention, there's this, my brother's station. He's been collecting other bits of scrap too that he's made. So there's a pile of Christmas lights, and there's some other wires and stuff. That'll be a separate video one day of processing that. And then some mostly just scrap steel, and actually nice. These Tidy Cats containers. It was actually nice. Found those when I was out going, because I always follow with the Recycle Crew or the Garbage Crew. I'll go back and forth. I'll be with one of them usually. So, and then the last street, they happen to be a big wad of cat litter tubs, so we grabbed those. Those come in handy. And then, like I said, there's just junk everywhere. There's my brother's workstation. So this we're gonna pop open to get garbage over there. Garbage I have no problem dealing with. Doesn't matter. Garbage is no problem to get rid of. We have limited pickup, so I can put just about anything out there and they will take it. So this I guess I'm gonna put over here for now. But this I wanted to bust open and see what was inside. Ooh, I'll break my fingers first. This I might break that off camera actually. So there's really just a bunch of cords. Like I said, all household stuff except for this. Except for this aluminum flashlight found in a recycle bin. A lot of this stuff actually was stuff that came from a recycle bin. This little piece of brass. There's another piece to this. Found that in a recycle bin. Because a lot of times too, I'll go through and I'll go ahead of them and look in the bins and kind of check. Because we're trying to really keep contamination down, so I'll go through and check a lot of times for contamination. Found this. It was also a frickin' faucet. In the bin I found this in, but I ended up giving to the, I pulled it to the garbage. Or, because garbage was coming through, recycling coming through, yeah. So that actually ended up going in the garbage. But not much I could have done about it, because normally recycle comes first, and I would have pulled that. I probably would have came back for, but whatever. I can't save it all, so that is that. So we're really gonna start breaking some of this open, and then I'll bring you back to kind of get a better look at this, as this video is gonna probably go on for a little while anyways. So, and we'll bring you back. All right, so I popped that open. Here's what was in it: a little board, low-grade board. The IC chip on it, that's all I got going for it. A little bit of wire to the battery terminal. I'm not entirely sure, because like this, I hate to throw this like just in the garbage or in the shred pile, because there's obviously some recovery value into this. But the problem is I'm 19, living at home still, and I do plan. And the thing is I don't want to have a ton of just junk like this to be constantly moving with me as I leave home to like my first apartment, and then first couple of houses and things, if plans go, or things go according to plan. So this, I guess I'll just keep up to the side for now, hearing things down here. The furnace is going. This is really not ideal filming right this minute, but that's just what I got to work with. A little bit of silver mylar. Probably just throw that in the trash too. This was a portable DVD player that we've had for a long time. We lost the cord for it a long time ago. This thing's been sitting around. It's been moved. I'm not entirely. I highly doubt it even works anymore. So I just said screw it. I'll just buy a new one, because obviously the new ones are better. Like I was looking at Amazon for $50. Because this one, the screen, it kind of just opens like a little mini laptop, and that's what you're stuck with. It doesn't swivel or go flat like a lot of these newer ones do. So, like I said, we're just gonna scrap it. I just said screw it. We're just gonna scrap it. We're gonna throw it out anyways. So, nice board in there. I'll have to pull out and keep. So I guess I will start a little pile of stuff that I guess would go to board sort at some point. But I guess take a little look at what's some of the crap in here. We got all new batteries and new things for that, so that, my old pair of headphones that I've destroyed, my old alarm clock, this thing actually was a piece of junk. The first one they made was nice, this one's just a piece of junk, absolutely worthless. A lot of this, a bunch of wires, RAM, that I'm pretty sure was from my real gaming computer, or the starter one I should say. This is the RAM that came with it. This is pretty much useless. One of my old tablets that I broke because I never had a case for it. This, I think, this was from a VTech game that I busted open. The VTech I will try and sell. The RAM, see, like a lot of this random cords. See little bits of like steel. Old cell phone, pretty sure it's an old Obama phone, as we like to call them. We like to make the joke of a bunch of keys that we went through and realized had no uses for. A lot of headphones, mine, earbuds, I should say. I blew through a lot of those. This is printer ink, so some of this is stuff I can process now and will keep and I'll scrap myself. Some of this is garbage, and the rest, and then a couple of other things I will just send off. I'll just put out with the town to come take, and they'll recycle that. Hard drive, I don't have the whatever that is. This camera does not focus for anything. Just an FYI. So this hard drive, I don't know. This is dead. Otherwise we would have kept it. It's dead. Slash fried, nothing on it. So I'm not worried about that. See, my brother at one point he started cutting some of the lights off the Christmas tree. Christmas lights, cutting the light bulbs off that. I told him that's a waste of time. I mean, it was something we were doing as we were just casually sitting down here with a friend talking. He was just there clipping them. So same with some of the electrical stuff. We were sitting there stripping it. Some of that I will strip just because I'm bored. I'm trying to think what else. This wire that needs to be processed. Some other junk. So really, not much to it. I should be talking less, processing more, as this is, I'm sure, getting quite boring to watch because I'm not processing anything. And you'll probably hear the cat whining upstairs too, because she likes to whine a lot. I don't know, I guess that'll work. Because really, it's just gonna be, can't see anything, I'm sure. I guess that'll work for sitting here with some of these cords. You can't get a good down on this with this tripod. So, you know, as you can see, my old headphones that are quite broken, that are nice and entangled in here. So we're just gonna break them some more. I really can't see. I gotta, like, process it here, stand over off to the side where the camera is. That's also a goal too, eventually, to get an actual nice camera. This camera is not the nicest. Garbage. It's not the nicest, so. And these snips apparently aren't either. This is probably not even wire I'm stripping or cutting. This is probably just rubber, like it is. Yes, this is just rubber. I'm cutting rubber. Woo. Yeah, garbage. The old alarm clock. Actually, I might break this open. I hated this thing so much. What? These snips, not doing too good. They were doing just fine. When I was cutting cords Monday morning. So that I might deal with. That's as far as I'm concerned. It's garbage. And what was this to? I don't even remember what this was to. Nintendo. I think this was for something for the Wii. Because when we brought because the Wii had been upstairs for a while and we never really used it. But when we brought it back down and realized that this is fun and we'll play with this occasionally, we ordered a bunch of new stuff for it. So I'm not entirely sure what this was for on it, but we just replaced it. I guess I'll keep it off to the side for now. But a lot of this is just wires. See, it's all entangled in here. Anyway. Okay, so we processed the... Where'd it go? The DVD player. Broke it apart. That's nice. What would that be? Mid-grade board. And then there was this little battery in there. A little bit of wire, and then this has got the screen and stuff. So this is something I will put back into this box for the e-waste for the town to deal with. This, my old radio, been fighting this thing for the last like 10 minutes. There's no real reason to play with it and try and bash it open, other than it looks like that's a nice little bit of copper right there I would like to have, but other than that, it looks like it's just load grade boards and that's all. And it's almost apart, it's just like one little spot it's still attached to. So I'll play with that a little more off camera. Or I'll keep playing with that a little more. See, there's a lot of just like little things that I just put in here because it's metal and scrap metal, which is from the entire point, like old scissors. This board needs to not be in there, because that I'm keeping. This, I can't really figure out how to get that out of there, so that, for now, will just remain dirty. But anyways, really, we're just going to sit here. This, I might play with that. But otherwise, we'll just suffer the same fate. E-waste. Old, laptop power supply too. Oh, there's two of them. Then AC adapter, because there's this off-brand one, and then there's a Dell one. So I'll play with that. And these big cords. So anyway, really right now I'm just gonna play with cords, because that's really all that I have. See, these were probably a coffee maker, but this was just sitting next to a pile, and trash was literally right there, and I seen this and picked it up. But because this camera has no focus at all, it's very thin copper wire in it, very thin. Alright, that's enough dilly-dallying, I guess, because we've been kind of beating around the bush for the last, like, almost 20 minutes, probably, this video's going on now. I think this was the paper shredder. The paper shredder was interesting. The plug-in was already missing, probably from the homeowners that kind of crudely took it off. Except for what was weird about the shredder is that it was still sitting there, because like I said, while follow and hang out with the garbage guys, it was still sitting there. Metal had already came through. I don't know what the plan was, what that was about. I mean, so, and then this, see, something from the house. Anyways, not beating around the bush, editing-wise. And I hate editing. So, but, I don't know. I guess I'm just going to start a pile of the wire. That's a pile of wire, I guess, and I'll figure out something to do with it eventually. This, I'm just going to put that auto wire off to this, or I'm assuming it's auto from my car, and just cut off plug ends and make a pile of those, I guess. I'll figure out what I want to do with plugs. This Cat 5, I don't exactly know what to do with. I don't know, hopefully you won't entirely see all this, though. The power supply, I guess I'm just going to keep off to the side for now, because I know, if I remember right, that's something that's on BoardSort's website that they buy. If I remember right, I'll have to look again, because I guess there's probably going to end up being a load for BoardSort, I guess. I'll have to start a little box at some point for them. Because I'm definitely not, at least right now, that I even in general have an interest for doing gold recovery, so, or any precious metal recovery. I don't know, it's not something that interests me, like I said earlier. I don't want to have a whole bunch of crap to be lugging around constantly because I'm not going to be, because obviously I'm not going to live here forever, and then with my goals of financial freedom, that's a whole other complete and not related topic, that I don't want to have that crap to be constantly lugging around, so it'll just get sold off. I'm doing this just off screen, aren't I? Yep. Whoopsie. Sorry about that. I guess you'll just have to live with me talking, which I tend to do a lot of, and just talk forever, on and on. Which is very interesting, because when I'm standing here making a video or something, I can talk constantly all day long. I can just ramble on. This can be a 3-hour-long video. But in real life, talking is not something I do a whole lot of unless I'm with friends. I don't do a whole lot of constant chit-chat and talking. Or don't even ask me to stand up in front of a group of people and talk or something like that. I don't know. Of course, I guess that's something that is like that with a lot of YouTubers. They don't interact. They enjoy standing here or sitting and talking just to a camera, not to actual people. Now, the other adapter. Get that out of the hoard. Put that off to the side. So, this I'm just gonna throw out. Or miss the trash can and just throw it on the floor. Later off camera. So, and then I guess, I don't know. Well, eventually I do run out of things to just yabber on about. So, of course, in this camera, for some reason, I can only record 7 minutes at a time before it just can only go for about 7 minutes, 30 seconds at a time. So, and generally I'll just keep talking that entire 7 minutes. Like, I already know this video is pushing, what are we talking, 20-something minutes? We'll see after I edit out some of this. See, these snips, and these are brand new snips. These technically aren't even mine. They're my brother's. I don't even own a pair of snips. I'll have to buy a pair. These are from Walmart. See, I think I was still doing it the entire time. Doing things off camera. That's the problem, is there's no way to view it. I have to go behind the camera and look. But anyways, I'm going to stop talking here real quick, because this camera's about to run out. See you in the next clip. Alright, really, this is pretty much just going to wrap this video up. I just got this little bit of that entanglement that's going to drive me nuts, but you can see on the bottom here, some brass, a little bit of good stuff, a little bit of copper, rechargeable batteries. Those don't really belong in here, I guess. That dirty aluminum plate, then the little pile of wire. That's, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with, but there's that other, like I said, there's all this other scrap, and there's actually some other scrap out in the yard, and I have a little trash can out there that I throw some of the stuff in, so there is definitely still other stuff, a little bit of trash at the end of the day. Like I said, trash doesn't matter. I can trash, no problem for us. These, like I said, I'll have to look up, see what I'm doing. I might bust that open. This really is just garbage. But yeah, I'll have to go through and look and kind of see which one of these are gold-plated ones, and then, just normal plug-ins. So really, like I said, that's it. I'll have to make my little scrap pile of stuff that I'm keeping. And I want to keep it, too, separate from some of my brother's stuff, even though we half agreed that we're kind of, it's both of ours, it's not just his. And then I'll keep this hard drive, the tablet, the pile of stuff, I guess in 3 categories. Stuff that I'm keeping for scrap, stuff that'll probably be like the town stuff, and then I guess a board sort kind of pile. But other than that, that is it for this video. I might go do dumpster diving Saturday or something, because the thing is, I have off Wednesdays and Saturdays. This is being filmed Wednesday, so that's kind of when things will get done. Although I could do other stuff during the week, but I'm a little lazy. So, anyways, that's enough rambling on. We will see you guys next week.